Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Horror Trans. I am Stephanie Bree. I'm a transgender woman, and I talk about all things horror. And today I am continuing my reviews of the Scream franchise, and we're all the way up to Scream 3. So now we find out that the characters are in a trilogy, and I gotta move my camera. Give me 1 second. We find out that the characters are in a trilogy, and Jamie Kennedy's character dies in Scream 2. I didn't mention that as one of the kills, but his sister comes back with a tape for the main characters to watch where he explains the rules of a trilogy. And so that's your hook in this movie, you know. It's the capstone of a trilogy. And so we do meet his sister. And then we also so basically what they're doing is they made Stab based on the Woodsboro murders, and they made Stab 2 based on the events of Scream 2, and there haven't been any new murders, so they're making a third movie called Stab 3. Now this one, I wrongfully said Scream 2 came out after Columbine. I was wrong. It was before Columbine. This one did come out after Columbine. This is the one that they had to censor the most because of Columbine. And so they're actually talking about that in the movie. Not necessarily Columbine, but a reference to real life violence impacting a horror movie getting made. So they're talking about people are getting killed on set. Actors who play in the movie are getting killed one by one. The stars of the movie, and they're being killed in the order that they die in the script of the movie. And so again, Dewey's back. This time he's a script consultant. Gail Weathers is back, doing her thing again, pretending to be an investigative reporter. Sydney's back because she gets dragged into it. This time we have a new cop, an LA cop, who's played by Patrick Dempsey. You may know him as McDreamy from, I forgot the name of it, but it's that TV show he's on, where he plays a doctor. Grey's Anatomy, I think it's called. Anyways, so we're gonna get some more red herrings in this movie, and I'm still gonna spoil it, so fair warning. We're gonna get more brutal kills than we got in the last movie. We actually get an explosion for the first time in the franchise, and I believe we got a decapitation, but I don't remember if that was this movie or not. Like I said, I just watched these movies back to back, so and then we find out at the end that this time we find out that Sydney's mother had a secret life where she went to Hollywood and tried to be an actress, and she played in a bunch of horror movies and ended up getting pregnant and having a child, an illegitimate child in the movie. And she goes home back to her family and has Sydney and raises Sydney as her true child. And then when he shows up to her doorstep to bond with his mother, she rejects him. She says, "No, I already have a child and a family. Go away. I don't want you." And so he's the one that put Billy Loomis up to murdering Sydney's mom in the first movie. That's what we find out in this movie. And it turns out she's Sydney's half-brother. So his motivation is he wants to finish the job. No one else has been able to kill Sydney, so he's going to be the one to kill Sid. Which he fails at because, they always fail at it. His motivation is kind of flimsy, but also that whole backstory with him being the one who orchestrated the first movie is kind of a weird retcon that messes with the timeline a little bit. Not really necessarily the timeline, but it kind of messes with the tone of the first movie a little bit. But I don't usually jump on the bandwagon. I usually try to make up my own opinions. But I'm gonna join the majority of Scream fans in saying this one's no good. So you don't need to watch this one, or if you do watch it, this is a rent. This is a one-time watch just to get it out of the way and get it over with. This movie adds nothing to the franchise. This movie, basically killed the franchise for more than a decade. And it's just not good. This is probably the worst of all the Scream movies. This is the one that I disliked the most. I did not enjoy this movie.